Ryan Garcia makes his long-awaited return to the ring against Emmanuel Tagoe. This fight is being ridiculed by a lot of boxing fans. Most of them have never heard of Emmanuel Tagoe or have seen any of his fights. Emmanuel Tagoe is a fighter outside of Ghana, Africa, a country I believe in West Africa, known for being a great soccer team. They beat America a couple times in the World Cups. On the undercard, you got Gabriel Rosado fighting Shane Mosley Jr. You also got Patrick Teixeria in his comeback. This is his loss against Brian Castellano when he lost his WBO Light Middleweight title. Now, there is a female fight on. I don't know either lady, so I'm not going to speak about it. But Ryan Garcia is returning to the ring. Emmanuel Tagoe, I think, is being a bit slept on. He has a good jab. One of the heaviest jabs I've seen at the lightweight division in my life. Ryan Garcia, his jab, he doesn't use it much as a jab, more as a rangefinder or a power shot. I think he needs more work on his jab, and I'd be very interested to see what he's going to learn under Joe Goossen. Even though I know he has trained under Joe Goossen before in his career, I still want to see how he's going to mix the Joe Goossen style with everything he's learned from Eddie Reynoso. Now, Emmanuel Tagoe makes a lot of mistakes. So does Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, his biggest mistake is he keeps his head very up high. He stands very tall, does not tuck up his chin, has his hands right next to his chest. That's why he got caught viciously by Luke Campbell. It was a perfect shot. He's lucky he never got knocked out cold. That was a perfect shot. Luke Campbell, not the hardest puncher in the world. Maybe if he was a bit of a harder puncher, he would have probably turned Ryan Garcia's lights off. Now, Emmanuel Tagoe, he has only 15 knockouts in his 33 fights. I don't think he's a knockout artist. I'm actually far from it. He does not fight on the inside well, but he has a really good jab. I'm going to continue to talk about his jab. A really good jab. He can control the fight for like stretches of times at a time. He can probably control the fight for the first 2 or 3 rounds. I think Ryan Garcia, especially being very inactive, and he's a very athletic guy, relies on his athleticism, relies on quick reactions, relies on being fresh. I think he's going to struggle early against Tagoe. I think this fight will be trickier than the Luke Campbell fight, because Luke Campbell, he doesn't have anything tricky about his style. He's right there. He's a boxer puncher. He's a southpaw, yeah, but he's a boxer puncher. You know what you're going to get with him. Emmanuel Tagoe, he's a very, very awkward fighter. Now, Ryan Garcia can offset the awkwardness with his athleticism, with his impressive power, with both hands. He's not just a left hook merchant. He has a good right hand. Now, obviously not as good as his left hook, but he has a decent right hand. Now, do I expect Emmanuel Tagoe to win this fight? Absolutely not. I think he's going to get caught at a certain point. But would I be shocked if Emmanuel Tagoe loses a controversial decision, if he wins, like in most people's eyes, 7-5, 8-4, and they give it to Garcia? No, I would not be shocked. I don't see it happening, but I can see it happening, if you know what I mean. Garcia has most of the advantages, but that jab, man, you guys won't get it until you guys watch him. Now, one thing about Tagoe's jab, sometimes he pops out there like a pull-off jab, sometimes just a rangefinder, sometimes it's a weird ankle jab. It's weird. He throws 3 different types of jabs. He varies his jab. Now, one thing is he ducks below his hip a lot, and to his right, where he could walk into a Ryan Garcia left hand. So that's also a problem for Tagoe. At the end of the day, I don't see Tagoe leaving the ring without being knocked out or dropped several times. I think Ryan Garcia has more than what it takes to knock out Tagoe, but Tagoe is not as bad as many people think he is. Now, Gabriel Rosado versus Shane Mosley Jr., I think that's the most exciting fight on the card. I think Gabriel Rosado is a B minus level fighter. I think Shane Mosley is a C plus level fighter. I think they could give us an interesting fight. I thought Shane Mosley Jr. beat Jason Quigley in his last fight, but wasn't fortunate enough to get the decision. And I thought Rosado, I did not think Rosado, of course, beat Munguia, but I thought he pretty clearly beat Danny Jacobs a couple fights previous. So he's had a decent run. They've both looked good in their past few fights, and I think it's going to be a very intriguing fight. I think you're going to see Rosado boxing on the outside and Shane Mosley looking to hunt. And I would think Rosado should win the decision. It's only 10 rounds. I would be more comfortable with my pick if it was a 12-round fight. But I think Rosado could win a close decision. 6 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 3. I think if it was a 12-round fight, he would win 8-4, 9-3. He would just take the last 2 rounds. But since it's a 10-rounder, I think Shane Mosley is going to start good. And Rosado is going to finish better, in my opinion. I'd like to hear your thoughts about both fights in the comment section below. I'd like to apologize again for postponing these videos to this point. I was even trying to completely change the setup of the channel, make them professional, even sell merch, have a scheduled podcast, but Ramadan started and I have not been able to wake up early because in Ramadan, we fast from dawn to dusk and we can't eat or drink, none of that. So most of the time, I'm awake at night. So I apologize to everybody, to my subscribers, to my friends, to my supporters. You guys made this channel, and I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the patience. And yeah, give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Sadiq Boxing out.